G'day all, welcome back to Built by Chris. In this episode I'm going to do a quick workshop tour. Dirk from Sumo's Projects rang me up about 20 minutes ago and said, quick, do a workshop tour. So I've just spent the last couple of days cleaning up this place because it looked like someone had thrown a hand grenade in here. But I've managed to get it pretty clean, so now I'm actually quite happy to show you what's going on. Let's go and have a look and see some of the tools that I've got, some of the changes that I've made, and some of the changes that I'm going to make. So let me start here by my sticker wall. It's not much of a sticker wall, I've only just started, but we're underway. First sticker I'm going to put up is from Carl Pope Woodworks, or Carl Pope Woodcraft, sorry, all the way from Bonnie, England. So let's pop him up on the wall. Here we go, Carl, you're on the wall. The second one is from Wacky Woodworks, all the way over from New Zealand. Thanks, Dale, for sending this over. You're going to go on the wall as well. There we go. Another one. If you've got any stickers, send me a personal message. I'll send you my address and we'll get this thing happening. Here I am at the miter saw. As you all know, I used to have a DeWalt 12-inch compound sliding miter saw and I loved it. It was fantastic. There was absolutely nothing wrong with it. However, I wanted to push it up against the wall and I couldn't do that because the rails would extend out past it and that kept it a good 400mm off the wall, and I don't have that space, the luxury of that space in this workshop. So, having that in mind, I opted to buy the Bosch glide saw. As you can see, I got it right up against the wall, and I've still got full range of movement on it, and it's fantastic. The one thing that I miss from the DeWalt saw is when I wanted to make a cut, there were lights, LED lights on either side of the blade that shone down. And it cast a shadow, so wherever that shadow was, that's exactly where the blade was going, and it was fantastic, very, very accurate. This one works on lasers, and as good as this saw is, the laser lets it down. I've mucked around with it for hours. I've tried to get it as close as possible as I can. No dice. I think Bosch can do a lot better than the lasers they've got. Whether anybody else has had that same problem, I don't know. I'm just talking by my own experience. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, I don't know. But as far as accuracy of cut, it's still dead accurate, still gives you a perfect 45, perfect 90, fantastic. But that's the one thing I miss from the DeWalt saw to this one is that line, that shadow line that shows you where you're cutting. Other than that, great saw, thanks very much. Move on to the next part. Here we are at my drill press. As you all know from my first woodshop tour, I had the smaller Sherwood and it was a great little drill press, don't get me wrong, but when I had to drill big holes, or if I was using my my hole saws or anything like that, it really struggled to get through it. Other than that, drilling through steel, you know, with normal drill bits and everything like that was no issue for it, but the bigger the bit got, the harder it worked. So to that end, I upgraded to the bigger Sherwood. It's got more power now that I really will ever need. I went ahead and made a drill press table for it, which is indispensable. I love it. I've made it with these removable throat plates, as you want to call them, because they get drilled out and damaged. And I've got a few here ready to go back in if I need them. The only issue I have with this drill press, and it is a very good drill press. It's powerful. It does everything I need. But this little light, the little LED light that comes with it, is sadly lacking. Twice I've had to replace the module in it. I don't know whether it's a design fault or just the parts that they use for it, I don't know, but that I don't use anymore. It's usually out of the way now. I've mounted an LED light here at the back, and that casts more than enough light if I need it. So that's how I've overcome that problem. But anyway, this is my my Sherwood drill press, and I love it. So let's go on and have a look at the next tool. Now here I am at the heart of my workshop with my table saw. It's the Sherwood 10-inch contractor saw, 3 horsepower unit, so it cuts through anything. It's effortless. Since I put the Freud blade in it, it is cuts like you wouldn't believe. It's unbelievable. You might notice from my last workshop tour, which I did well over a year ago now, to this one, there's been a few modifications to the table saw. I've taken out the pressed steel wing out of one side of it and put in a cast iron top, and I've got my router lift in here now. So I use my router at the table saw now, so it's a whole lot better, a lot flatter. Fantastic, fantastic idea for me to put it in here. Love it. The other thing I did was I took off the old fence that came with the saw, and I installed the Incra LS positioner system in it. Now, singularly, the best decision I've ever made in my life. This thing is accurate down to a 1/10 of a millimetre. It is unbelievable. Do I ever use it to a 1/10 of a millimetre? You know what? Sadly, I do. If I need to shave a little bit off a piece or something like that, this thing is accurate to within that 1/10 of a mil. It is unbelievable. Best money I ever spent. It doubled the value of the saw. Expensive system, but worth every penny. In my estimation, worth every single penny. I might even do another review on it in an upcoming video, but trust me when I say this, this is money well spent. Right, I'm over here now in my Toolbox Corner. This has remained largely unchanged since my last workshop tour, only because I've got a lot of toolboxes and they're quite happy where they are now. They're out of my way and I'm not tripping over them all the time. Plus, like I said before, this is where I usually park my car, and I need to keep them out of the way. So this is where all my nail guns live, my router, my Festool domino, all my nail guns, everything is here. And all the other little toolboxes that I usually take out if I'm going out on a site to do a job somewhere. So they've all got homes, and I'm quite happy to leave them where they are at this stage. Here we are at my bandsaw. Again, same bandsaw from last time. I have no need to change it. It does everything I need it to do. I've made a few jigs for it to make it a lot more efficient, a lot more user-friendly. There's a couple of videos on those. There's a circle cutting jig, there's my pen blank cutting jig, and there was another jig I made that knocked off the corners off a blank. So they're all there if you want to see them. This bandsaw, it's a Sabre. I got it from Total Tools many years ago. It's a great saw, no need to change it. I'll be keeping this one for quite some time, unless someone wants to give me a brand new Sherwood Black Series one. Here I am at my lockers. I did a video on refurbishing them not that long ago. I haven't finished. I still have quite a few of them to do, but I've now got adjustable shelves in this one, a lot cleaner, and I have the drawers in this one, which work just great. They're slowly filling up, and I've got the drawers in this one as well. And this one where I keep all my marking gear and everything like that. It's in Kaizen foam so they don't rattle around, because these things actually cost a fair bit of money, so I need to look after them. I've got another one full of Kaizen foam which I haven't utilised yet. I'm just slowly going through everything. And I've got the other drawers here just with all the other bits and pieces to keep them out of the way. Since I've gotten these, I've got another set of lockers from work, which they were just going to throw out. This one's only a single stack, but only one locker and one, so only 2 lockers in it. And I've got big plans for that one as well. Stay tuned for the videos. But this is the lockers. Here I am at my workbench. If you remember, I had a 3-part series on the build of this thing. Absolutely love it. It's fantastic. It doubles as an outfeed table on my table saw. The last workbench that I had was great. It measured 1 metre by 2 metres, and I could do a lot of things on it. It held a lot of stuff, and that was the problem. It held a lot of stuff, so it was always cluttered, and it took up a massive footprint in my workshop. As you know, it's a 2-car garage, nothing special, and space is at a premium, so I had to get rid of it, and I made this. Now, I watched a lot of videos on YouTube on how to make these workbenches, and they're all pretty much the same, unless you're looking at Cuffy's one. That's just a work of art. But this one suits my needs, and like I said, it works doubly hard as a outfeed table for my table saw, which is great. The things have got to do more than one job in this place. The other thing I've done is I've finally put a shelf underneath here, and my DeWalt thicknesser and spindle sander live under here now. If I ever need to use them, I just bring them out, put them up on top of the workbench, and away I go. So another great addition to the workshop. Very happy that I made it. And now I come to my clamp racks. They've been moved around the workshop so many times, but I think I finally found a home for them. They're all here. They're easy to get to, and it keeps them out of the way. They're nice and clean, kept out of the way. Now, these Torquata parallel clamps are fantastic. I can't speak of them highly enough. They're really, really great. They clamp everything together, including my new workshop. You're probably wondering what this big pile of plywood is here. This is my new workshop. Stay tuned. And finally, here I am at my lathe station. This is where all the magic happens when I'm turning pens. I've got everything set up here that I need. I've got my bushings, my pressure pot, all my colours and everything, my polishers, sandpapers, everything in the one spot, which makes it nice and easy to work here. I've got lights set up now, so I'm not working in the dark. I've got my tools hung up so they're not clanking together and dulling those edges, and it's great. It's a great little spot for it. I never thought I'd get into pen turning or turning wood for that matter, or buying a lathe, but here it is, and I'm really, really enjoying it. Having a lot of fun turning pens. People are still buying them from me, so I must be doing something right. But this is the lathe station, and it's working really well. So there it is, just a very, very quick tour of my workshop. As you can see, not a lot of changes from the last time I had the workshop tour, but I've got some big things planned for it. A lot of the stuff is going to go, and I've got a massive pile of plywood here ready to start making new benches, new walls, the whole box and dice. It's going to be one of the biggest projects I've ever taken on. So it's going to be a video shoot, and I don't know over how many builds, how many parts, but it's going to be a big one. So stay tuned for that. For those of you, if it's your first time to Built by Chris, welcome aboard. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Let everyone know what I've been up to, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye for now.